Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do part 2 of the page we're working on in the Disney Dreams collection by Thomas Kincaid. We're working on the dress and the outfit on this page here. And I know I'm not going to get close to this, but I'm going to work on it. And I tend to like to get it to look similar. So I'm going to pull out a few more extra little colors here. We're working on the dress. And I went ahead and took a little bit of white and took out the line that was going straight up the dress here. And I took out one little line down here. And I think I'm going to take out another one. So I thought I'd show you how I did that. I don't know which pen I used. But those black lines are driving me a little nut here. So we're just gonna take that and white it out there, and I think I'll leave that one because it's close to him. And I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna take out a little bit of this one. A little bit of this one. A little bit of this one. Just kind of in that white area that we're going to be leaving there. This one is driving me a little bananas too because it's going the wrong direction for me. And I'm just going to lighten these guys up where the lightest part is going to be. And the same with these over here. Just going to lighten those up. Now you don't have to do this step if you don't care to. I just feel like I want to. So just taking out some of those harsh black lines. On the other Posh book I have, what I really like about it is they're not all done in black. They're done in like yellows and greens, and I don't get this ruffle either. So we're going to take that part out. There we go. You may have to go over them a couple times with the Posca, and then when you color over them you want to make sure they're dry, but that they're also, you don't color on it really hard. You're doing it really lightly. Only because if you do it heavily, you're going to scratch the Posca right off. And you can do this also after you've colored it. But if you notice half of those lines missing, kind of adds a little to the picture here. That one, and then maybe that one. Just doing that helps out. At least it helps me out. Okay. That goes with her skin. This one doesn't need to be so out there. Okay. You can either let that dry, or you can use a heat gun, heat tool. I'm going to bring that in. We're just going to dry that up a little bit. Make it a little quicker for us. There we go. Now I'm going to bring in some darker tones in these areas. If you notice in her dress over here, like this is all kind of a one-tone dark brown, along with in here and some of these areas. And I don't have blocked out areas yet. I just have little lines going through. So like in here, this is, by the way, brown ochre. Just very lightly hold it as far back as you can and just bring that over this area, and you'll be darkening it up without putting any lines on it. and without distorting what you've already colored. But it'll help bring that depth in there that we want without messing with our highlights or our swirls that we've already put in here. So you just work on that very gently. And it will darken. Bring it on up. Probably should take out that line, but I'm going to leave it. Okay, now on the bottom of these little ruffles, we want to put a little shadow going up those two. Just lightly going over that white we put down. Okay, so you notice how nice and shaded that's looking. We're not putting in any dark and we're not putting in any pressure. We're just going over it and over it with the same color, very lightly. Okay, on the bottom of these, I don't know if you can see that terribly well, so we're just gonna drop you down a little bit. Very lightly go in there. There. That's getting there. Now, since this is brown ochre and I want to get it a little darker, I'm going to bring in a little bit of, what are you? Van Dyke Brown. I want to flatten the edge here, so I'm going to get a piece of paper, just to scrap something or other here. Yeah, I wish I had to scrap something or other. I could get a whole sheet of paper here. I'm going to push really hard and I'm going to flatten that piece. I know, waste a pencil, right? But I want that flat edge. And we're going to just darken up a little bit of this. Going basically right where that black line is. And then blending it up. Okay, and then we're going to darken that line. And then in this area a little bit more, very lightly going over that. Okay, just going to take that and draw in a dark brown just to go over that black. I want the black gone. I can't do it with paint. So we're going to go over it with a dark brown. Okay, then we're going to go back in with the yellow and go over that. Do not want to lose our golden dress here. Over our white that we put up here, or whites that we put down in here. And yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. We're going to go over it. Okay, we're just going to keep working at it. A lot of layers that go into this kind of thing. I'm going to darken this one up a little bit. I've turned it to the sharp point of that pencil so I can get a sharp edge going down there. Just to draw that line back up here. And then go back on the flat edge and color in some little darker shadows there. And we're going to deepen underneath this flower and put some of that dark up there. We want this flower to stand out. Okay, back in with the yellow. So how are you all doing? We have a nice sunny day. It rained like a dickens yesterday though, which is great for my flowers. Whenever it rains, I don't have to go out and water the whole garden, which is lovely. Okay, this is going to have a light spot up here. Some color going in there, but we want that light there. And dark down here. So dark down here starts with yellow. I think that's looking good. Hand's getting a little sore. This line I want some of that gone. Fold of fabric there. And we're going to take out some of this one. By the time I'm done, I'll have all these lines gone. And I think a little bit more of that one. And then we'll color over those when that dries. Here we go. Okay, we're going to take this color here. We want that light brown I was using earlier. And we're going to darken this side of the white line. Bring that up. And because we're bringing a darker color over, we just kind of want to go over it with the brown here, just lightly. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. This piece of material on this side of the white needs to be darkened a bit. Bring in the yellow on top of that one. And then we're going to take some of this and darken going across here. we're having this material come up and over, so you want to make kind of some little round, so it looks like it's actually doing that part. Going up. And then we'll blend those out. I'm going with a little bit darker here. I'm sorry, I'm not telling you the names, but this is where I just pick up pencils and start coloring. So this one is the Van Dyke Brown. I want to darken that because it's concaved in. So instead of going up, we're going to go down into this. Right on that line and darken that up. Make it as dark as we can down in this area. That goes with this too. This is the underskirt. So underneath, we want to make sure that gets nice and dark. That's her slipper, her petticoat, or whatever you want to call it, that goes down under there. Darken that up just a bit. There. Okay, take a tiny bit of the Prisma White and we're going to highlight the top part of this fluff. So the top of all these. Bring that right into the darker area. I'm going to soften the top of those flowers a little bit. And then go over that white with a little bit of the yellow just to make sure it's still got that little pop of yellow in there. I think that's looking good. The dress is supposed to be lighter on this side, so we're keeping that well. with all these lines. Just gonna blend that a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna turn the book a little. Do the bottom of this dress. Keep that all nice and dark down there. Blend it into the side. Then on the top of this, blend that. Just go right where that white is and bring that color up. And this is one of those dark areas in the skirt. So we're going to darken this area up. Very softly use that pencil to go over everything. Okay, we're going to bring the yellow back in here. Go over those areas again with the yellow, which is actually the dark Naples ochre. Sorry. We're going to bring in the white and kind of just get that going up here. Okay. There we go. This area here is doing something weird. Okay, then we're going to go in here with the darker color. This is, excuse me, kitty cat wants attention. We're just going to darken these. This was the brown ochre. Don't know if I said that. If I didn't, I meant to. All right. So we're going to take some of that, pull it up this way. Putting a little more pressure on it to get it darker in those areas. We're going to add another wrinkle in here, just attached to that one. Darken there and darken here. Take it and darken it there. And there. Okay, a little darker in some of these areas with the Van Dyke brown. We're going to take this line up here and leave this open. So we'll bring some of that fabric up this way. Darken the top side of that. And the top side of that. Then go back in with the other brown. The brown ochre. Blend that in a little better. Bring in the white. Gonna draw some lines going up there. Bring out our eraser. We have a line here we don't want that I put in. Okay, we're gonna go over that line and that line out here on the top of these. Getting pretty close here. Okay. Now we're going to go over everything with the Naples Yellow that is lighter. Okay, we're going to hold the pencil back pretty far and we're just going to go over everything. Okay, gonna lighten this up just a little bit more with some white. If I can find the eraser. just pull that right up in there. These flowers. Throw some more yellow in them. And then we're going to, how do we add some sparkle to this? Do we have any yellow sparkle stuff? We have orange sparkle stuff. Well, I want to change those a little bit. Okay, since I can't get these flowers the way I want, I'm going to bring in a little of the white titanium, whatever you want to call this, folk art acrylic paint, but I'm going to mix it with some gelatos. These gelatos seem to be the same color as her skirt. I picked out, let's see, banana, buttercream, and Odyssey. I don't know what they are. They look to be just the regular classic. Well, this one's classic. Buttercream is a pastel. Odyssey doesn't say what it is. Kind of looks a little iridescent. But what we're going to do is we're going to mix this with the paint. I should probably get a different board so you can see what we're doing. So we're going to take a little dollop of this. A couple little dollops because I'm mixing. So we have our acrylic paint, 3 little dots. I'll just stick it up here for you. This one is the banana, and we're gonna cream that up there. This one is the buttercream. There we go, and this one is Odyssey. Well, it doesn't look to be a shiny one. It looks to be like a real crumbly one. Then I'm going to get a paintbrush of some sort. I'm going to take this one. Wonder if that's black in there. And we're going to mix these. Now, because it's white, we're going to get a little creamier color. I'm going to add a splash of water in there. And heck, we'll mix. That's a pretty color. I guess I didn't really need the, oh, well, yeah, we got a lot of that. Those. Okay, now I want a different paintbrush to color with, so I'm going to put this someplace I probably shouldn't. Just so it won't fall over the place. I'm going to get out my paintbrush, and I'm going to put a little dollop of water on here because I need those thinner. And we're going to see what we can do here. I'm going to see if I can at least cover up this part. We'll just give him a splotty look to him. Take out that black. I'm not exactly sure what this book is going to do with water, but it's just a tiny bit. We will find out. And I've never really used the gelatos like this, so we're going to find out what that does too. Okay. I also have a tiny bit of a sponge here, and I thought that might be fun to dab in these and just splatter that around a little bit. We'll find out what that does. Okay. Just pick up some of this paint, and we're going to kind of splatter it down here too. Just lightly, and give our dress a little texture. Oops, that's a little much there. Can darken that. And if you guys don't like this, you don't have to do it, right? You'll know not to. How's that? I like that darker color, so I'll try to get a little more of that on the board. And I am going to go over this with pencil, so we'll add in some more of those lines that we took out. Whoop, 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 whoop. See, a little too much there. All right, we're gonna let that dry, and then I will come back. Okay, we're back, and it's all dry. Now we're just gonna go back in and add in the colors that we covered over a little bit here and there. So we get to our colors here. So we've got the yellow. We're going to use that to go over these areas, and just a light touch on those. We want that texture to be there. And these are our little flowers in this area. We want some of that color on there. Now you can add or subtract as much of this as you want. Add a little brown in that area here. Sorry, my watch. Okay, I put it on with a sponge so we could go over those colors, but leaving some of that texture there. After all, we put it there, we want it to kind of stay. You can see all this, right? Just put a little white in there because I kind of changed that a little bit. Okay, we're going to put a little yellow on that flower, leaving the white showing, and then we're going to put in a bit of a darker color. We could go in with the brown, I guess. Kind of in circular motions so we keep the fluff of the flower. Okay. Bring in a little burnt sienna in there too. And just a tiny bit back here. We put a little of that up here too, so we're going to bring in a line. Yep, I'm kind of liking that. And I got to use the gelatos, which is fun. Kind of like that. Okay, I have no idea how long this video was. So what I'm going to do is say that's it for today. And when we come back, we'll work on either his pants or her, the rest of this. Maybe put just a little dark walnut brown in here. But hey, I like that. So, like I said, I'm going to call it. And I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you don't mind that I put in a little paint. I kind of had a little fun with the gelatos. I thought that was kind of a good idea, just to get it a little extra, well, texture in there. And mixing the gelatos with the white acrylic paint was kind of fun. Tint it up. Get your own colors that way. Anyway, I will see you in the next part. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And take care, everyone. Bye now.